This is the old 1952 case I'm sitting on. Here's a close-up of the dash. Got a simple dash on it. And up here, that you can see right there, hanging off the side of the alternator. The alternator is an addition. This tractor was originally 6 volt. Now it runs on 12. That thing you see right there, the hose is coming off of it. It's a homemade power steering system off of a Ford, probably 1950s or maybe 60s Ford car. I think that the Johnson 40 hydraulic bucket loader that's on this thing was probably put on the tractor in the 60s, if I recall right. I think it was in the 60s after my great-grandfather retired from farming. This bucket loader was originally hydraulic lift of a manual trip. We have all the components to put it back to manual trip, but why would you want it manual trip when it was converted to hydraulic? So the bucket will dump this hydraulic cylinder right up here. I'm not going to start it up right now because it's put away and it's, well, kind of buried. On this tractor we have a foot throttle right here. Individual brakes that you can lock with this little lever right there. And you can lock them down to that. This tractor's got 4 speeds forward and 1 reverse. Here's the clutch, and then right here's the hand throttle. So the hand throttle, if you move it, you can actually see the foot pedal there moving. This lever trips the bucket, this one raises and lowers. And we got your headlights, choke, and starter button right here in the dash with the key switch and everything. Right here. This is the hydraulic selector. It lets you select between using the 3-point hitch or the bucket loader, depending what position it is. Here's the actuator for the 3-point hitch. Down here, somewhere buried underneath this hydraulic coupler. There it is, right here, this little loop. That turns on the PTO shaft. Yeah, it's been sitting here for a little while, but we'll get it running again soon enough. It runs just fine. It's just kind of, well, let me show you what I mean. For all those fans of the game Tetris, this is the real life thing. It's pretty well buried in here because we've got lots of toys and not a whole lot of places to put them. But this is a good working tractor. Right here is a close-up of the power steering actuator, cylinder I guess it's called. And right over here, attaching to the tie rod, the actual cylinder itself. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. It's an adjustable position, adjustable width, wide front end. Currently, it's got a few leaks in the hydraulic system. It's only got 1 working brake, but it does run good and it does work just fine. Here's the hydraulic pump. Just a little 4-cylinder engine. Probably about, I'm guessing 25 horsepower, maybe, if that much. Starter. My grandpa welded horseshoes on there to make it easier to step up on the tractor. Nice feature. Here's the 3-point. Even says case in the back of the seat. This seat will flip up like that. And there you can see the ram that makes the 3-point hitch work. Right here in the floor, that's the starter crank in case the starter doesn't work for whatever reason, but we've never had to use that. Homemade bucket trip that's now hydraulic. This is the snow bucket that's on right here, this big thing. The one in the middle is just a manure bucket. It's got forks in there. And we do have a small gravel bucket attachment that's the width of the smaller bucket here in the middle. We got snow chains for this thing and everything. Hopefully we'll have it out and running this fall. It's fun to drive. Just wish we had somewhere to put it where we could get to it easier if we have to. Because in the winter, my Model L goes right here. My 210 goes right here. The case goes right here. So it gets pretty tight. And on the other side of this door is more stuff. So that's why it's kind of hard to get this thing out.